Guys, I think Luka Doncic is him. There's no way around it. This man got the ball.
Yeah, partially functional. Half of me is comfortable. The other half is close to the cliff, like Mrs. Huxtable. These boys got them hoses and clips. They pack like Lunchables, like white.
Seconds to go. Somehow got a switch with Rudy Gobert. I don't know how defensively Minnesota let that happen. I don't know why they didn't decide to come over and double. I know he's an amazing passer, but if there's anybody you don't want the ball in their hands with seconds to go, it's Luka Doncic. And you don't want Kyrie. So that's why this team is so dangerous. I don't know how you stop it. If they are constantly keeping the game close and keeping it close throughout the three quarters, then in the fourth quarter, if they have a chance to take the game, you have a good shot if you're Dallas with Kyrie Irving and Luka being both known as closers. So, shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Sorry. I don't know. I didn't mean to hit the things that hard. But shout out to the Dallas Mavericks for stealing both games in Minnesota. I did not expect that to happen. I thought it would be a split. I thought Minnesota would take this. And Minnesota had the chance to take this game. They had the chance to take last game as well. They were up majority in both games. But they let them catch up and keep the game close. And Dallas was able to capitalize on that. So again, shout out to them for stealing two games. Luka is probably the biggest reason why, but the unsung hero to why they won this game is Derek Lively. He went 6 for 6, had 14 points. He had 9 rebounds. It was just a force. He came off the bench this game, but he's a 20-year-old, and the fact that you're doing this at 20 in your first conference finals is unheard of. So shout out to him. He's doing well as a rookie, and he's doing well as a player. His ceiling is high. He can be a very quality player in this league, and he's a big reason to why they won this game. And being able to score, not miss a shot, and then also defensively bother Karl-Anthony Towns in the two Twin Towers, and bother Anthony Edwards if he decides to drive in the paint. Anthony Edwards didn't show up this game. He had 21 points, but fairly pedestrian. 5 for 17, 2 for 7 from 3. He got to the line a lot, and was 9 for 10 from the free throw line. There was a lot of things he could have done. It looked like he was passing up a lot of shots. Granted, they were crowding him and doubling him. Always teams are realizing to do that. Denver did that last series. The Dallas Mavericks, you're seeing them do it in these first two games. And with that, I just think he still was passing up shots that he could have taken. Shots where he could do his pull-up in the mid-range. I haven't seen him do that. And he talked about that in the presser tonight. But they guarded him well. And he just, again, couldn't get shots to fall. Jaden McDaniels, after having a very amazing night, 21 points last night, shows up this night with 2 points. And sorry, I apologize, not last night. He showed up last game with 21 points. And this game, game 2, he had 2 points. Completely different. Defensively, he's a defensive player, so he can show up defensively. But he didn't put his impact on the game like he should. The unsung hero for, I guess he's not really a hero. He's not really a hero if they didn't win the game. But Naz Reid was the best player on this team tonight. He had 23 points, had 7 threes, and offensively was just doing his thing and had a rhythm coming off the bench. So the biggest reason to why the Minnesota Timberwolves were up 18 points in the second quarter in the first place was because of him. And the rest of the pieces just didn't seem to show up again tonight. And it's kind of scary if they're not showing up, because now they're in Dallas. So now they have to figure out if they can steal 2 games to tie it in Dallas, or just get to 4 before Dallas. Because now they have to figure out how to get out of this hole being down 2-0. They're in the same situation that they put Denver in last series. Denver was able to make it a competitive series. We'll see if the Timberwolves can make it a competitive this series. But I would hate for them to get swept, because I believe these two teams are both competitive and both are great teams. Now, the Dallas Mavericks are a little bit of a mismatch in the sense that they have two offensively gifted players that we've ever seen in this league in NBA history that can go get their own shots on anybody. And it's a little bit of a mismatch in terms of when they get switched onto a big, or when Minnesota decides to, or when they decide to blitz screens. It's just a lot going on. Minnesota's long enough, but they have to be able to stay with them in terms of when they handle the ball. And they can easily kick it out to guys like P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, who can shoot the three well, Josh Green, an athletic wing who can shoot and can also get to the rim. Derek Lively coming off the bench, how I mentioned before, he was perfect, didn't miss a shot this game. So Dallas just has so many pieces they can go to, and Kyrie and Luka can easily manipulate all those pieces. And if they need to get their own bucket, if you need them to get buckets, they'll do that. So I love this Dallas Mavericks team. They found their groove and they found their way throughout these playoffs rather than the regular season. They did during the regular season, 5th seed, not bad. But throughout these playoffs, they've been in a groove, even with hobbled Luka Doncic right now. And obviously, the impact of those knees aren't enough to stop what Luka Doncic is doing right now, because he's still a very impactful player and the best player on this Dallas Mavericks team, despite being hobbled. So we'll see if Minnesota can respond and take back Game 3 in Dallas. It's going to be tough, but we'll see. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later. Peace.